Thursday night from Snow Hill, coming to you live. Always been fishy. Been a little under the weather for a couple days, so you have to excuse my voice. Jeff will be here in a second. Oh, he's been doing some. He's been doing some wind research. So he's been looking into the wind. So we were looking at. This was a temperature trend from 2020 when there was really good striper fishing. And as you can see today, March 13th in 2020, it was 70 something degrees. But that's what's on the screen right now. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to let some people join the live. And, yeah. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for joining. We're kind of just going to do like a Q&A. I mean, we have a couple things we're going to talk about, but we were kind of just going to do a Q&A and see what you guys wanted to talk about. Let's see here. Just going to post and let some people know we're live. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? What's going on in the world? Can't hear much. Alright. Can't hear me talking? I wasn't talking, so there might not be much to hear. Hello? Can you hear me now, Dave? We are live.
Yo, what up, everyone?
Oh, I gotta. Yo, where's your mic? Oh, here it is.
Which way do I hold it? This way?
So the thing's facing you, yep.
Yeah, what up? How's the quality out there?
Yeah, can you hear us now, Dave? Okay, sweet. Sounds better now.
Where's the chat?
Awesome.
I want to see the chat.
Right there.
Sweet. What's new, everybody?
Yeah, I was telling him I shared it real quick.
Did everybody watch our video? If they did, hopefully you guys got to know Sailor Jerry a little bit. And
Yeah,
Barbie.
I thought that was hilarious.
Brendan Barbie's awesome. He introduced me to Sailor Jerry.
Yeah, that video is awesome. Go check it out. Or we can give you guys a small preview here. Let's see.
Just start it from just give them previews. Yeah, whatever you got.
We got to turn up a tiny bit of audio here.
Give him a little teaser. A little higher, yeah. A little higher volume. And stuck a gaff in him. But seriously, I always wonder why some eddies are so productive and then others aren't. Yeah, man, this was 24. I've always heard people say it goes in cycles, but the math short of it. There's Sailor Jerry.
Had Sailor
Jerry
the
knows
math. He agreed.
if the math adds up or not. Believe me when I say Sailor Jerry knows.
The math does add up.
Doesn't add up.
Or doesn't add up.
It wasn't adding up. I didn't know. I didn't know what was causing these eddies. Now I do. If you watch my video, I tell you. I know now what causes these. Like, I get it. Never really understood it until now. Until I did this research, I got that, wind had a relationship and affected the way the water moved. And I knew that, the atmosphere, low pressure systems, high pressure systems, all that affected it. But I didn't know how it all went together. And it's all seasonal winds, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Where's the chat?
Awesome.
Why can't I see the chat again? We have where's
right
my
there.
computer?
Nobody
I have a
said
computer
anything.
too. We should get my big ass
Yeah.
chat.
We can. We can.
We don't have to. We don't unless you need.
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say I'll have
This
this set
point,
up here
it's
in
too
1
much work.
second, and we'll be able to see
Yeah.
better. But the chat's still right there. I might have to switch this microphone out real fast. Just
What's
'cause this
Is
one's
anyone
buzzing.
saying anything?
No.
Tell us what's up, Zach. How are you, man? Still in here? What's going on? Where are you from? Tell us something about yourself. Something that you love the most about fishing. I know Dave Gladden. That's why I'm not asking him any questions.
We talk to Dave on a regular basis. All right, cool. We're cooking over here, yeah. Nothing new on that front. All right, the buzzing seems to have went away, so maybe I'll be all right with this mic.
That's the best. We should just leave it on that the rest of the night right there.
Yeah, we can.
Sailor Jerry.
I was just looking at. I still can't believe. Where'd it go? This temperature.
This
in
like so this
2020.
this website's free, by the way. I used on my video. They keep all types of weather records, but go ahead, Taylor. Sorry.
No, I just thought that was interesting. This is
Yeah.
just the temperature, like the measured. This is the perceived temperature, that dotted line. So what it felt like, but 77 degrees on March 13th that's warm. I mean, I wish it was 77
last
degrees
year?
today. No, this was 2020.
Oh, 2020.
Um,
What drew you into that year?
I just kept going back until I found one that was warm. Honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like let's see, 2021. It was. See, the perceived temperature was a little chillier. It was around 59. I think that's the average. It said the red line was. But
What is the highest temperature? Did it say sweltering? Is
oops.
that the highest degree of temperature? See it where it's go down? You can't see it because it's print blocked. See sweltering. All the way to the right here. Look.
Oh yeah. That was probably like in
If you go to like
if I go back to
August.
2021, yeah, or August. 45 in 2023.
So, anyways, this shows you like anything on a specific date that you want to know about the weather. Anything. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
You try and trick
Pretty
this
cool.
thing. You try to come up with something. It's got it. I'm telling you. You
Yeah,
can
I mean-
try and be like, oh man, I bet I can trick this bitch.
the
You ain't
cloud
tricking her.
cover in 2020.
You ain't tricking her. She's got everything. It's AI. I actually don't know if it's AI or not. I'm just making that up, but
Could be. Overcast all day today.
is that what it said?
Yeah, well, it's 2025. This is today's.
Go down to the wind. That's what gets me off, man. And then the moon. That moon too, man. I like to look at that crap too, right there.
Yeah, solar and lunar.
Like when the moon's right there, it shows you when the moon's above your head and when the moon's not above your head each day. I feel like that has a lot to do with the fishing, man.
There's the wind speed.
I feel like when the moon is above your head during the day, fishing's generally better. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Can't see me. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oh, there we are. But yeah, the wind is interesting to look at too. Can you look at it on a broader spectrum?
Yeah, dude. You can look at it like, so yeah, go back. Yep.
Okay, spring 2025.
Yep, keep going out. You're like in the daily right now, so then it'll start going. See, now it'll go down. It'll start really showing you graphs now. See?
Yeah.
See how the graphs start to appear now that you're showing higher, like a wider range.
Yeah.
Did somebody say something? Why is that? Why did they give us a devil face? Who is that?
I don't know.
What's wrong? I'm sorry.
Person.
What did we do?
Nothing. That might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that's a good thing. Do you?
I don't mind it. It's all right.
I feel like, I mean, it's not like, it could be perceived either way is what I'm saying. You could,
Yeah.
it's definitely not like you couldn't be like, yeah, that's great. You know, that's awesome. Great job. Continue what you're doing. You know, that definitely doesn't say that.
I was thinking more along the lines of they were like, oh, we're getting the secret insider info right now to mess some fish up. I
Oh,
don't know.
and they got mad because we didn't tell them that?
No, I don't think it's a bad one, is it?
Oh
I
my
think it's
God,
a
that-
smiley one, like an
Oh, is
evil
it?
grin. Is it? Yeah, it's an evil grin.
It's an evil grin. What's Zach say? I can't read it because you got your shit in the way.
Have you been out by Mills lately? Sort of.
Yeah, I went out there 2 days ago. Whenever it was nice, when it was warm and nice, I went out there. I didn't catch anything, man. I didn't try very long because I poked around, moved around, but I didn't catch anything, man. I lost the fish right behind my house on Tuesday. I just had the same thing you had tonight, like a bite like that.
Yeah.
It was not the one I told you about where it was a big one. I knew it was a big one, but this one was just a bite. It was just a little bite. I don't even know. It almost didn't even feel like a striper, but it was definitely a bite. But I don't know what it was. It's kind of weird. But that's all I got. I haven't caught anything, like in a week. I don't think.
Yeah, Yeah, it's
week or so.
been tough fishing back there, but
My
they're gonna
buddy's
be-
murdering them. They're murdering them everywhere on the Chesapeake, man. I mean, even back in the creeks and rivers now, their fish are all up in there. I'm still pretty sure you're allowed to target them in March right now, too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure.
I think April you can't.
Heard they were there last week. They probably were. I mean, we did.
Yeah, I
catch
mean,
them
like,
there,
yeah, we've caught a couple
but
there this
just
year, but I haven't caught them
not
like.
consistently.
No, it's not like. I mean, when I'm used to, when you heard they were there. I mean, how many was? Because like I'm talking like when I say I heard they were there, I'm saying like we go there and every time we go around the point, every rod you catch, everybody 4 people on the boat you cast out and every rod gets hit. Like every what's it called, drift,
That's
it
when
hadn't
it's
been like
good.
it hadn't been like that since. I mean, I haven't seen mills like that in a couple years, but maybe
Yeah,
I just
catch and
haven't fished
release,
there a
right.
lot. Yeah, we don't keep them anyway ever. Anywhere we go, I generally rarely do I keep a striper. I mean, sometimes I do because I love to eat them, but
They are good to eat.
they're delicious
Yeah,
to eat,
I mean,
especially in the wintertime, man, when they're eating those sand eels and they're all fat.
if I get
mean,
them in the slot, I might keep one. But
yeah, you keep.
we
'em where
definitely
I go.
release a lot of fish, though. I agree. We do. And like same with trout. Like we could be eating a lot of those speckled trout, but we release a lot of them, or almost
Yeah,
all
I'm
of
not
them.
much of a trout sniffer, man. I'm not all about them trout.
I like striper better
Yeah.
myself, but I know people rave about the trout.
I think they're okay. I mean, but a striper blows a trout out of the water
Yeah.
every day of the week.
I agree.
mean, there's
And it's
no
just more meat.
yeah, and there's no comparison. Like even I don't know. I think the flavor's just better,
Yeah,
more crabby, like
it's
like
good.
lumpier meat. I think.
Yeah.
What
I
are the
like it
quiz?
too.
What are they saying? I can't see the shit. That's why I
Catch
keep
and
saying.
release, and gotta look at the bay map for
What did Dave say?
green and yellow. Gotta
What-
look at the bay map for green and yellow. But I think I know kind of what he's talking about. I have a shot actually. I'll send over real quick that I was looking at for the Chesapeake Bay. I think that's what he's talking about, or unless he's talking about our bay. Could be talking about our
Who,
bay
Dave?
too. Yeah.
You never know. With
Oh,
Dave.
probably because we were talking about mills. He was probably saying
What did he say
to
about
use
Mills?
rip
Zach
charts.
did?
nothing. He just said catch and release, but he was saying
No, someone just
had
posted-
some nice trout last spring at Mills.
Oh yeah, I'm still catching trout there. Quite not this year, but Mills is a great trout spot. Honestly, not even right on the island itself. Like if you get on like that secondary where the island used to be. I mean, if you go there, like I hope I have the video. I got it on my phone. Maybe I can check it out. But I got videos when it's so clear, man. I don't know. You've probably been there when it's super clear. You can see where the island like used to be. It's pretty cool. That's like where all the trout sit. I catch like on that secondary structure.
Yeah, that area
Stripers are like right up on the bank.
got a lot of good structure.
But honestly, like in the summertime, like I like going back. Him and I like our shit. Going back on Assateague, getting back where we get stuck and I got to get off the boat and push it out is where like I love catching trout. Like in the waters like that are really skinny. It's so fun back there. I just prefer it. The shallow water fishing. I love that shit. Wish we had tarpon, more tarpon. I know they're up here somewhere, but a little south, I think. And
yeah,
the Chesapeake too, but it'd be so sweet to weren't you telling me about the tarpon of like Public Landing or something?
Yeah, back in
Dude,
the
tell
day.
me that. Tell me that again.
yeah. Well, apparently there's newspaper clippings of people that were weighing in tarpon and bringing them in back in the day when Public Landing was like one of the few marinas around.
Yeah.
And people were catching them somewhere like within boating distance of boats in the 1960s. So like, I mean, they were going offshore at that time, but you know, it was like
Yeah.
boats in the 60s, and they were catching tarpon in the bay. So or
I
between
mean, they don't.
Chincoteague Inlet and Ocean City Inlet.
Do you know when that was? Like
That
time?
was, I know, the 1960s. I don't know if it was 66 or 64.
because I was wondering, like, was there still an inlet open around then?
Yeah, I think both Chincoteague and Ocean City Inlet were created at that time.
No, I mean, but
'Cause it
was
was
there
the
another
1920s.
Assateague? Wasn't there another Assateague
Well, I don't know if
inlet
it
in the
was that-
60s?
There's
Dude,
years
Google
that it flew
Google,
over.
Google if there was another Assateague inlets. It'll come right up. I'd like to know that. because you told me that, and it like sparked my interest. I'm like, I feel like we would have a lot more fish back here if like they didn't screw with the Assateague Island, you know, like when shit, you know, came over when they got like Virginia. If you look at Virginia's coastline, it's all natural. Like they don't touch it, and it's got all those barrier islands down there, and the fishing's insane. All those inlets and barrier islands.
I think it's good there right now.
That's why it's
I
so
really
good,
do.
man. Like they let the water flow through naturally. Like we dam all ours up. And then say it's in the name of sandpipers. I thought that was funny. So you can't come over here. You'll kill the sandpipers in their nests.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Look, it's in every, like, it'll show you in any of these, like when they're dammed up and shit. Go down. Well, no, I was gonna read through it real quick. Pretty ridiculous. Hold on, here it is. Located, separating, 1930. That's it. That's just show that you got to type in Chincoteague inlets of. That's actually pretty good. Inlets of Assateague Island. Old inlets. That's what we say. Old inlets of. Yeah, that's what you type in. Old inlets of Assateague Island. That's what will come up.
One's connected to Fenwick Island. The main inlet's the one in 1933.
Here it is, giving you history.
Yeah, but that's the one in Ocean
down,
City.
Read down. Simpatuck, there's all the inlets. Simpatuxet Inlet or whatever. Other breaching events, Assateague experience many.
Oh, that was, the North Sinapatuxet Inlet's the one where you always show me where it gets foggy. That's that one.
Future inlet form.
I think.
Keep going down.
Hold on.
Reopened. Yeah, it says it. Damn it! I wish we could find that. We can. If I looked, because I'll get weird on this stuff and I'll read it all. But you guys probably don't want to. You don't want to see me just read this weird shit. But this is really cool history. Yeah, go to that. See what they got there. Like, go down and see what got there. Look, is there a map anywhere? 1950s. Hold on.
Look, Ash Wednesday
There you
storm
go.
of 62 ripped through Assateague, destroying existing structures and roads, making it obvious that the barrier island was too unstable. Federal government then purchased the land. The Maryland side of Assateague.
But that's funny, though. 1962.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was an inlet. Type in 1962. Yeah, type in.
Public landing tarpon is what I'm going to type in.
I was going to type in 1962 inlet Assateague. I bet it'll come up.
It's probably going to be the same article, though. Yeah, severe nor'easter struck Ash Wednesday storm. Temporary inlet near 71st Street on Assateague Island.
And
but this
then,
thing's getting confused.
hold on. Impact on it. Built a former new smaller breach of Assateague. Yeah, the storm destroyed much of what had been built and formed a new smaller breach of Assateague. I don't know what that isn't.
No, I know Green Run didn't close till like later in the 90s when I was a baby, because we used to go there when I was little.
It didn't close till the 90s?
Yeah.
Damn, really?
I thought I told you that. I have pictures. My family used to go there for, one of my uncles leased it for a couple years for hunting, and we used to do Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and shit out there.
And there was an
at
inlet
Green
there.
Run. There was no inlet, but there was a marina to like pull up a duck boat and stuff.
No, but I mean, like,
the bay would
when
touch
did the inlet?
ocean.
Oh, it did. Okay.
I mean, not when I was there, not when he leased it or anything, but I'm sure at some point in history it has. I mean, I don't know about at Green Run.
When did it close up? You said in the 90s?
Oh,
though?
it was like it was like 94 or 96 or
And
something.
you don't
The
remember
government took it
seeing
over.
before.
I was there. I have pictures of me as a baby, but I was like literally 3 or 4 years old, so I don't really remember it.
See, I feel like the fishing back here, that's why the fishing's not, people talk about every this, that, and the other, but that's why the fishing ain't as good as it should be, because they mess with the islands. You know, I think they close that stuff up. The government closes those overflows back up, versus like down in Virginia, they don't close any of that stuff up. I could be wrong, but... What'd you type in, public landing?
Yeah, I just want to see if somehow there is something with. I saw that somewhere ago.
Go to like images, maybe. Tape out Snow Hill too. That's screwing it up. Type on the top. You should. I would tape.
Oh
tape.
well.
That's probably screwing it up.
Real quick.
is this? Travels with Charlie.
Yeah. I just wanted to see.
There's
real
Public
quick.
Landing. I was
Yeah,
out there.
That
the
is
other day.
Public Landing. But no, he's not going to.
There ain't no tarpon out there.
There ain't no tarpon out there. No, there used to be. Back in the day, supposedly.
Dude, I mean,
Here, maybe we have to separate Snow Hill.
or I would just take Snow Hill out of there. Because Public Landing is like its whole entity. Like Snow Hill.
Yeah,
had
but there
nothing-
might be a Public Landing, Louisiana, or like I don't know.
If
I
you-
guess
you
I
got
could do
Maryland behind it,
All
though.
right.
Anglers report multiple sightings of tarpon.
Yeah, but that's in 2024.
Chesapeake Bay too. It's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they saw him in the Chesapeake
Oh,
Bay.
they're everywhere over there. I heard. Does anybody say anything? Is there any questions we got in?
Chesapeake, Potomac, Hurricane Open OC. Yeah, we talked about that. Public Landing was the old OC. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That's how it came
And
up,
someone
Dave.
else said Zach said he's heard that too. I've seen a barracuda caught off Mills as well. A barracuda, wow.
I've heard.
Dude, remember that
so-
time I told you in my kayak when I was kayak fishing? I swore it was tarpon, but I said it looked like two barracuda.
It probably was.
It could have been
barracudas, yeah.
barracuda in the bay.
I mean, that's definitely believable.
that was near Verrazano. It was either tarpon or barracuda. It was like half the size of my kayak, so like a 5-foot fish.
I would say, like in the summertime,
It was September.
late summer down in Chincoteague, you got a real good shot at tarpon. You know, if you really looked down there in those waters.
I would think
But
so.
I would look down in all those really high tidal creeks, like as soon as the tide stops, that's where the tarpon stop. Like meaning, like our tide in our bay is only a foot. You know, like the tide down below Virginia, like when you get in Chincoteague and then up to Ocean City. Even when you get back in the bays in Ocean City, it's not big. But when you get down to Virginia, all those barrier islands, those tides, they're 3-4 foot, man, like on the daily. So it's not those fish like those tides down there versus up here, you know. Like you can't argue with that. That's part of the reason there's not as many fish in our bays, you know. My opinion.
I just saw something about heyday. Public Landing enjoyed great popularity during the 20s and early 30s when rides, a bowling alley, and other amusements were open, and the shallowness of the Chincoteague Bay permitted public bathing. However, a large hurricane in 1933 destroyed Public Landing's waterfront. Although a pier was rebuilt and public bathing continued, Public Landing's heyday as a waterfront destination was overtaken. Dang, I wish there was more info. I know someone's got it. They're holding out. No, this is just state parks.
That's all
in
boring.
general. Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah.
Dang, man. I
That's-
wanted it
that's
to be
cool.
like in 1964, Alan Smith caught a 68-inch tarpon or whatever.
No, but I for real believe you like that. When
Uh,
there was inlets
There's
here,
a trusted source. I
when
heard
there
it
was
from.
inlets here, dude, there was 1,000,000% tarpon in this bay. You know what I mean? It's just like there's not inlets here now, so these fish don't want to. I don't know. They're just not up in here as much. These fish that we got are a lot more resident fish. You know, that come back here. I think like that. You know, live here. They're not migrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you looking up now?
I was just seeing what would come up. Newspaper archive.
You
Like if we could find the
you'd have to
actual
be-
article.
You'd have to be more specific than that. You just have to say Public Landing tarpon and then look at images.
Yeah, well, I don't
Public
know if they're
Landing
going to have
tarpon.
pictures of it.
That's what.
Or
dude,
a
I'm
picture
telling
of the
you.
news article, you mean.
Somebody could have had a picture then, like it was that big of a deal. You know, there's pictures back
To
then.
do public
Landing tarpon
landing. Tarpon.
images. Yeah, let it use your location so they can make it look better. No, go to images.
I was just seeing what that said. Yeah, those aren't public landing, I'll tell you that.
No, that's too many good tarpon pictures. I thought it would be more. Definitely not going to work. Oh well.
Oh, let's see if it's anything like this. That's Tampa. But that's like the kind of picture I'd be looking for, you know?
definitely.
But
I mean, dude, I've heard that story though. Like when you said that, that's why I was intrigued because somebody told me that. Not only you, but somebody else has told me that down here about that those tarpon.
yeah, I think it
Pomegranate.
used to be that way at one point in time.
Yeah, it definitely did. It's cyclical, man. We go through cycles, but unfortunately, when I don't know, I think Assateague though shuts those inlets up. You know, after a storm, they'll like
Yeah, they do.
push sand back on the beach.
With like big equipment or
Yeah,
like a
uh-huh.
dredge. Yeah, they definitely do. Do you guys think an inlet will ever open again between Chincoteague and Ocean City? Yeah,
I
that's what
pray
I'm
every
just
day
saying.
that one will, but I think that they keep closing them up. That's why. I mean, you definitely could like all the exploration I've done back there. You can't see me, sorry. All the exploration I've done back there. There's no doubt in my mind. At one point, there's probably over the history of Assateague, there's probably over 100 or more inlets on Assateague. You know, at different times. You know, not at the same time, obviously, but there's got to be because you get back on the Chincoteague Bay and it's shallow everywhere except for Assateague. These creeks, these big tidal creeks that are deep, you know, like really, really deep. And it's like the only thing that can carve this out is the ocean current. You know, there's not any current on the Chesapeake or the Chincoteague Bay carving that sort of, you know, bottom out. You know, I think. But there's spots back there that we fish that are 10 feet. You know, back in Assateague, which you can't. It's very hard to find that in the middle of the bay. You know, it's pretty crazy.
That's pretty wild reading that too. It says in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, well known for the shellfish, which like you still have oyster guys at the end of the road, but it says shellfish industry was based several landings, Taylor's, Girdletree, George's, you know,
Yeah, I
Green
mean,
Backfill.
that's
But
another
look,
thing.
it says
Okay,
that
go ahead. Sorry.
they depleted shellfish stocks, which have still not recovered. That's pretty wild if that's true. I mean,
No, that's true.
I mean, I
for
know it hasn't
sure.
recovered 100%.
No, there's no oysters in the Chincoteague Bay. I mean,
Not
there
naturally.
no, not there's if you go down. So if you get down past Greenbackville, there is you can still find some back.
Or like
on
the oyster
Assateague.
bars we caught the red on
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
Tom's
Oh,
Cove.
that's all. Yeah, I don't count that as the Chincoteague
Yeah,
Bay,
right. That's
though,
not
you know?
Chincoteague Bay, true.
But down through Chincoteague, there's oysters everywhere. Chincoteague.
Right.
I mean, everywhere you look because it's Virginia. They didn't do the same thing that we did.
Right.
I don't think. I think we kind of screwed shit up.
It's interesting, though. It's pretty cool. Currently, the largest settlements are
But
public
also, like,
landing.
I don't know, overfishing definitely depleted it. But also, don't you think closing the inlets up would have something to do with the depletion of shellfish too, not the overfishing of them?
Maybe.
I
yeah.
think it would, because if you talk to the guys back here, like that's why David moved my buddy David at the end of the road. That's why he moved his oysters out of Maryland. It's all crap because of the government, and then on top of it, he said the water sucks here compared to Virginia. You
Yeah,
know?
well, that's hard to argue with, you know.
I don't know.
There
But I
was
mean-
talk of Assateague, Virginia cutting an inlet on the north side. That'd be interesting.
Where?
And
What?
then-
What did he say?
He said there was talk of Assateague, Virginia side cutting an inlet on the north side.
Wonder where that would be.
Where he said Assateague, VA cutting an inlet on north side. And then someone said, just subscribed. Great sat photo information. I remember seeing your big eye ate the white marlin open.
Oh, cool,
at
man.
the white marlin open. Was
Thanks,
there
man.
an issue with someone saying second person touched the rod? Glad you got a check. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Was that the rumor?
What's
someone
that?
just thought that someone
Oh,
passed the
well,
rod
I mean,
or touched the
they
rod or
did,
something?
Like the Mark hooked the fish and then handed it to Chris. And I mean, you're allowed to do that. That's what everyone I beef with, I guess. I mean,
Huh. Yeah, no chopping mud down there. Oyster bars will mess you up.
yeah, there. Once you get down south
yeah.
of Chincoteague Bay, like into Chincoteague, like all those canals, there are oysters everywhere down there. And I've actually there is some oysters on Assateague side of the Chincoteague Bay, natural still, because I've hit them. Probably the only
Yeah.
ones.
And someone mentioned the flounder. We saw that today too down in Chincoteague. Oh, I guess that was Matt from Seahawk that caught that flounder.
Yeah,
But,
that's cool. That's,
Yeah, it's
I
cool
mean,
to see this time of year.
Get that heat, man. Those back bays down there, they've heat up quick. You know what I mean? We were just looking at that, like how the everything, those estuaries and the Chesapeake's heated up so much these last couple of days. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I bet there's reds down there too.
There's definitely reds down there.
I bet they are.
They're, dude, Phil,
If
like,
that water's warm
absolutely
enough for
murdered 'em
Florida,
down in Virginia
I mean
Beach
for
the other day.
Florida, for flounder. I know they're definitely in Virginia Beach, but
Yeah.
I bet you like right in here, almost like need to take a kayak or something.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're in there right now or not.
No. Well, that
could
flounder,
be.
I
They
think he
could
caught
be.
that flounder somewhere like over here or over here,
I bet he was down south in those
Further?
barrier islands, dude.
like down here.
Like south of there even. I bet he was down in like by Wachapreague, is my guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would have went right now. That's where everyone goes to look for the first flounder. Talk to Seth, dude. Seth's got a place down there, dude. That's when you go. You go to watch it. Like that's like the
I just don't know if he would run that far for a
hunt.
flounder.
It's not that far, dude.
And I thought
from
he's-
Pocomoke City. Like,
Yeah, I guess no.
it's 45 an hour tops.
Yeah, true. The way it sounded like it was in Chincoteague though,
I mean,
or he said
he
it.
kind of
in-
jazzes everything up there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? You know.
You got to a little bit. I mean, it's for the people. We do it for the people.
But either way, it's good to see. Let's see. Yeah, that's it.
There's someone just said something. 2 people as soon as you looked away.
About an hour.
Do what?
About an hour.
What's that mean?
From I'm guessing from
Oh, Pocomoke to
Wachapreague.
it's not that far, you know.
And Dave said 4 mouths, maybe.
For what?
Mouths,
Months maybe?
maybe. 4 mouths. I don't know what he was. We're going so fast, you know, like the chat
We're not
catches
going
up.
that
I mean,
fast.
we're not going that fast. But I'm just saying, it's like there could be commenting on something we said 2 seconds ago, and it's like, huh?
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, well I get that, yeah.
He said, yeah, I would gamble 4 mouths.
4 mouths. Oh, that's the place he caught the flounder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not
'cause
a
where
bad
we were looking
idea,
at earlier.
Dave, yeah. But I mean, I bet I don't know. I hear Wachapreague's the spot to go, like, for the first flounder. I bet they're up there here, too. You know what I mean? There's no doubt in my mind. There's a flounder lurking back there somewhere for the diehard dude that wants to try really, really hard to catch one. Like me with stripers.
Yeah, I was going to say, the way
Yeah.
we are with stripers.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I love finding out where I don't know. Me and Taylor talk about this all the time. Tagging these stripers back in this bay back here. Like, what do they do? Where do they go? Do they leave in Chincoteague Inlet and they go out Ocean City or vice versa? Whatever. I mean, I don't know. It'd be cool to know.
Someone also said, do you guys fish over the Chesapeake
Oh yeah, I'd love
for
the Chesapeake.
reds and trout?
Um,
I want to
not-
start doing that more often.
we want to start doing that more often. Not as much as we would like for reds and trout. I do get up to. My buddy has a place in Cambridge, and I fish a lot up there in like the Middle Bay. But I haven't done. I mean, I've caught some reds down in. What were we just talking about?
Tom's Cove.
No.
Virginia Beach?
No, dude.
Or-
Where you wanted to go in the Chesapeake Bay? You said it's not that far.
Oh, the Pocomoke Sound
No,
and the Tangier Sound.
Tangier Sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught reds over in the Tangier Sound.
Yeah.
But I mainly fish in the Central Bay, like when I go over there. But I want to do more
Yeah,
exploration.
like
over
I
here.
want to go. There's a place we could put in Onancock or just right to
Dude, I
Chrisfield.
put in like Smith
Right
Island.
here,
Like I'm
Pete,
going to
and-
all. Yeah, I put in all
Yeah.
up here, Chrisfield.
like right there
Yep.
in Chrisfield, and you're
And
pretty
then above
much
there,
here.
above there, you can put in at that next
Yeah,
one up.
here,
Yep,
Chance,
all them.
yep.
Deal Island, I put in before.
Yep. Any of these will get you there.
Yeah.
And then anywhere in the zone, Tangier
And
Sound,
then I'm
and
going
this
out, like,
Pocomoke Sound.
Taking this, I've even taken the little tiny boat
Down here.
out past all the eastern those islands out
Tangier
there,
and Smith.
where all the wreck is. The wrecks are. What are
Yeah.
they called?
Concrete. Oh no.
Yeah, they're called like the concrete ships or stuff. Like the
Yeah.
ships though, they're all sunken ships and stuff.
Right. Further south, right?
But like, there's no cell service out there, dude. Like, it's pretty much out past Smith Island right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gnarly.
You can't see either side of the bay. It's like, man, you
Feels
feel
like
you're in the
ocean almost. Yeah.
It's like the ocean with no chop.
I fish the Tangier Sound. It's my backyard. If you boys want to go, I'll show you around.
Dude, I would love to, and I would love to
Yeah.
be shown around because I've caught plenty of fish over there But it's always nice when somebody's lives there and fishes there all the time. It's always nice going fishing.
Yeah.
Either way, I love it, man. It'd be awesome. I'd love to do it.
Peak too, which is just for a little further south. But yeah, I would put me to do a Kip to Peak trip too, whether it's with boat or kayak. I think that's a fun spot
Dude,
to camp.
I don't care if I have to stand on land. Like I'm not too proud to beg for a fish.
Well, see, you can see they have these
Yeah.
ships here. Like, dude, look how close it is. Like, you just kayak over and fish them, and they hold all kind of stuff: black drum, sheep's head, like everything. Pretty
Yeah.
much everything. You could catch a striper depending on the time of year, a trout.
So I go back
Flounder.
when I've gone down there. I've gone back on the backside back here and fished.
Yeah, that's sick too.
Yeah, it is.
Or
We've
looks
caught
sick.
a bunch of trout back there,
I bet.
but like I haven't gone up that far. I would
I
love
was just
to,
looking.
but I've never gone up that far.
Yeah, that part of
I
the
stay
bay
close
looks
to
sick though.
Fisherman's
Like
Island
Cape
right there, 'cause
Charles
it's
and
like
Kip's Peak. Yeah, Fisherman's Island.
Bunch of sandbars there. Like I just had gotten the skiff and I was like nervous to like push it too hard up in those shallows. If it was me now, I'd put it on plane 40 miles an hour. I'd be like, "Oh, Taylor, stop talking."
We'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get through it. But yeah, I do want to do some exploring on the Chesapeake side eventually here. See what we can find.
Yeah, my buddy
It's hard to
that
leave
lives up
this
in
area, though.
Cambridge. He's smoking them right now, man. Stripers. Pretty good fishing. Like I think they're pretty much in every river back there
He
now.
said Chrisfield Flats for Big Reds is going to start in April.
What out past like Fox Island? Is that what he's talking about?
Don't underestimate the sound. It gets rough.
Is he talking about Fox Island?
Dave, are you talking about Fox Island and Shore Sharp? Yeah, he was the one that said it gets
Yeah.
rough, which
It does get
definitely
rough.
does.
I tell Dave.
It's like open
I
water.
wish Dave was here. He could tell you the story. His too much fireball on the way down. We were going red fishing down south there. It's a Dave spot. Dave was on a big redfish bite. Like him and his buddy was crushing him. He went and got him. He's like, it's gonna be good one more day. It was a tropical storm warning the next day, but not till the afternoon. Well, it came early, and we were out in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay when it hit, and Dave was like, "Oh, it's fine. We don't have to turn around." I'm like, "Dude, Dave, you're crazy. I'm going in right now." And when we turned around and had to go back into the seas, I about shit myself. Like it was, dude, they were stood up 4 or 5, maybe even 6 feet, but they were just stacked like on top of one another, dude. Like walls of water, dude. Like you weren't talking like ocean waves where there's swells. You're talking walls of water.
Yeah,
you know,
like close together. One's like in the bay. I know what you
scary as
mean.
shit. Like I was so happy once we got back in that river.
Jeez. Yeah, what boat was that on?
The skiff. We had the
Yeah.
curtains up and shit. Thank God. Like it made you feel like you weren't gonna die because you had
Yeah.
the curtains up. you
Yeah.
know?
Otherwise, you would have been getting sprayed
You would have
the
been
whole time.
Like the boat was taking on a lot of water.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet.
the bilges were running the entire way back in.
Jeez.
Like if you didn't have your bilges running on a little boat like that on a day like that, you'd be dead. You know.
Yeah, he said yes to the spot, and
Fox. Yeah.
yeah, and then he said, "Man, that was a nasty hurricane." He said he fell in.
Yeah,
Fell in the
Dave.
water.
Yeah, Dave. We were netting bait the night before. I knew I was behind the wheel. I knew we were in like a foot of water, and Dave goes to throw the net and just falls in behind it. And he goes, "I'm standing." I'm like, "Yeah, you're standing." He goes, "That's good." I'm like, he didn't even think. You know, he thought he was gonna be going overhead. You know, like
Yeah,
Really
like, it'd be
deep.
That's funny. Yeah, that's too funny. That's awesome. He said so much water in the skiff. Yeah,
dude, he
I
remembers.
bet there
it.
was.
He was scared once we turned around. He knew.
Yeah, I mean, I know it could get serious on those big bays like that.
I mean, it's just the way the fetch. There's no protection at all on that sound. You know.
Right. I forgot I was showing that little SST shot of that Pocomoke and Chrisfield Sound the whole time.
It's pretty cool though how
But
those
yeah.
estuaries heat up like that. Though.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
is.
he's talking
I
about.
mean, yeah. And even, I guess, I think Dave might have been saying, look at on our side too, when you can, if the shot's clear enough. Let's see, so much. Oh no, Fox Island was hot spot last year for them Reds. Oh, cool. Hopefully they'll be there again this year.
That's every
maybe.
year. I hear they're there every year. I don't know if I know at least in May they're there every year. I don't really go because I'm so tuned in on the tuna then in May. Like or, the whole, if not fishing for tuna, like it's so close.
Preparing.
Everybody's like, yeah, you're getting your stuff together.
I'd like to go like now and go find a red. I have buddies that do it right
I
now
feel
on
like,
the Chesapeake.
Like, dude, if you wanted
in
to
that
go right
same
now, like
general
Phil
area.
told me, he's like, here's where we can go, like for sure, and crush
Yeah.
them. Like, I think that's the no brainer. Like, I'd be down for like an adventure to try to find them, But Phil
Yeah.
told us, like, dude, here's where you go. I literally will give you the coordinates. You go up in here and you will crush reds until you're sick of catching them. Right now,
Yeah, well, if it's not that far, let's
so
do it.
Virginia Beach. I mean, it's just on the south side of the Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Yeah. Huh. Well, it would be fun to go get on them.
We gotta go soon
'Cause
they
like
get
you
out of
said,
those
once
creeks and
we,
stuff soon because it starts to get warm in the bay, so they start moving around more. May even be too late now, honestly.
Well, I know my buddy's getting them somewhere over there, like on the daily. I just have to ask him where, but
I mean, I'm sure they're up there. You gotta probably just know where.
he just
they're
has them dialed in the
chilling.
way we have these striper dialed. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
He does it all the time. But I was gonna say too, I still do want to do a Susquehanna trip too. I know you're waiting on the good
Oh, my
intel.
buddy.
But
I mean, dude, their stripers are there up in the Susquehanna, big ones.
yeah, well, I still want to make that trip happen too before we get into our.
We should
spring,
go
summer
before they
season.
close it because they close it the end of March, and then you can't even you can't even target them.
Yeah,
you know?
so we need to go soon then.
Yeah.
Well, we should definitely do that because that'll be fun.
Dude, I'll go up there whenever, man. You tell me when, I'll go. I'll literally, it's not that bad of a drive up one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's not. I remember last time.
It ain't bad, not too shabby.
Maybe next week. We'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
keep
if
an
the
eye on
weather's good, dude, I'll go
Yeah.
anytime, man. I would really, I mean, I'll call Joe too. Joe, dude, if I call Joe and ask him like, all right, dude, this is when we can come up here. He's got a little boat, dude. He'll take us out on. We can smoke, dude. He's plugged. He is like the plug up there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I see he tears them up.
Dude, he smokes them, man. He keeps it low key. He's not telling people right now.
Yeah, his pictures, you can never tell where he's at.
No, he
He
ain't
always
gonna
takes
tell
his
you.
pictures like.
He won't tell me where he's at. But if I go up there and fish with him, he'll tell me.
So where is it technically even?
That's it.
Oh,
You're
right
looking
there,
at the
there
flats.
go.
You were just on the flats.
Right
Right there.
there.
That's the flats right there.
Dang.
Dude, we catch them all through there. Like, this is my spot over there by Carpenter Point. I love it there. You just literally drift through that spot. It's all like 4 to 6, 8 feet.
It all looks so good.
Smoked as stripers, dude. It's all grass, man. That's all grass you're looking at,
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Like, you going up there on the flats,
So the river's just dumping out right here.
Yeah,
right?
man, that's all deep. You can't.
Oh, so it's not a heavy current, or
That's really heavy.
Yeah, that's
current
what I
there.
thought,
But
yeah.
like on the flats, it isn't.
But
Like, I
not
mean, it
over
is, but it's
here.
not like it is in the river.
enough
you
to
know.
drift you, but
Oh yeah, definitely, because that's the Elk River on the other side, or the northeast. I forgot. I think it's the northeast.
there's Northeast Beach.
Yeah, it's Northeast River then. Then the next one down's the Elk River.
Yeah, there's elk.
That point's a good pit spot for
Dang, so
migratory right there. That's a great migratory striper.
So
point.
they all dumped down into there, huh?
Yeah.
He said stripers, or someone said stripers closed in the tributaries up north. I think.
It could be.
Could
Already
be.
closed in March. I'm not fishing the tributaries though. We fish the flats. Like, it's
Yeah, we'll be
open.
out here. in
I
the-
think they keep the flats open. I mean, you're definitely not allowed to fish up above
up here.
above Lapidum. Like, you're not even allowed to go above Lapidum, like the rocks. Like Twin Rocks is the line. You can see it on
Right
the map.
there?
Keep going up. You keep going up the river.
Is that the dam though?
No, no.
What is
keep
that?
going up the. That's a bridge, a train track.
Oh, tree.
Keep going up the bridge. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You can still fish. Keep going. Keep going. Right there's Twin Rocks. Right there. See it?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's where they said it dries up in the summer.
I mean, you see those rocks are always exposed. Those Twin Rocks there.
Huh. Pretty
All
cool.
no matter what. I mean, even if the water's really high, you can still see the one. But then Deer Creek's up there. That's where we were smoking the smallmouth. Right there, you just passed it. See that river that going? No,
Oh, right here.
Yeah, that's all Deer Creek right here.
Wow, it looks so small on the map.
It's.
but
I mean,
huge.
dude, the Susquehanna is huge, man.
Yeah, well, the
It
Susquehanna
dumps
was
70% of our bay water. You know,
No, I remember it was ginormous.
70% of our fresh water in the bay. I'm sorry, but it's a gigantic river, man. I mean, it's like a real river. It's not like the rivers down here, you know, that are like even the Pocomoke. When you get to the head of it, it doesn't really have any current.
Yeah, the flats are open for now. Dave said he sent us a map, but I don't know what you sent it on, Dave.
I thought they're open. I mean, I think they keep them open until end of March. I mean, yeah, but you can fish like, dude, like all through there. Like, I don't know, if you went across that flat, dude, you would be like, are we about to hit the bottom? Like, there's grass, like you know what I mean, on the surface everywhere. It's like bass fishing, like freshwater bass fishing heaven, dude.
Oh yeah. See, so it is open.
Yeah, the flats are open, and then you can fish up to Twin Rock. See where I
Yep.
showed you guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Show them like on the
I'm gonna
thing.
airdrop it. Do it
No, like
proper.
one to the. Oh, you got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fish up to Twin Rocks. That's why all the guys from Jersey, you see them up there at Lapidum, standing there waiting for the migratory bass to come by that between Twin Rocks and Lapidum.
I believe it.
I mean, it's a freaking zoo, dude. This time of year. Like they're coming through hot and heavy right now. Those big females. Look, there we are, green. No spawning going on.
Yeah. So we're good to go on that front. As you can see, it's
Yeah, but if you see up there, like you can
open.
even if you zoom in, you got to zoom in. Like go north.
Oops, hold on.
See, that's where my buddy lives in a little chop tank. There, they're allowed to like. That's not even. They don't even consider that a spawning river because it doesn't actually have a head. Like it's just a.
It's funny. This one is, but this one isn't.
Dude, it's
This one isn't.
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
none of
I guess
these
it's
are.
the fresh water. I don't know. I don't know how they call it, but either way, that's up there where it gets, you know, where it goes red to the top of the dam. You can't fish, but shows you right there. You can fish to Lapidum legally.
Well, that's perfect. That's where we need to go. I don't even really care to be up in here. I mean, that was cool, but I'd rather fish out here
That's the shit.
or even like this.
That's
mouth.
where it's fun hooking them, dude. Because it's
I
shallow
bet.
water. It's like up in the river. It's kind of hard to land them. You know, they
Yeah, it's
they
like
pull.
fighting them in the inlet, but worse.
Yeah, like there's huge giant rocks there. You know, like
Yeah.
giant boulders.
And the currents were ripping.
Yeah,
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 it'd
way
be cool
harder.
to catch them out
Way
there.
harder to fish up there in the river than it is in the flats are. But the flats, it doesn't. The river's a choke point, dude. That's a natural choke point. Like, dude, that's why it's so good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
Yeah.
flats are.
They get stacked up. in
Yeah,
there.
dude.
The
Yeah.
river. I bet they do.
Like up by Deer Creek, we've seen them when you can't catch them. Like, dude, you just see them swimming in Deer Creek. Like
yeah.
packs of them. Like wolf
Well,
packs of 50-pounders swimming in
was-
Deer Creek. You know?
saw them, or that day we were up there, they came through when we were there.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Right, exactly. I mean, we caught them in the river, but they weren't. We didn't catch those big.
No, yeah.
But we caught them. I mean, we'd show them where we caught them. We caught them way up in Deer
Oh,
Creek.
yeah.
I mean, those stripers came all the way up. I mean, the one I caught, the first one I caught was definitely an ocean fish, but we weren't targeting them obviously because it was illegal at the time. But we were targeting smallmouth, and I caught a nice striper up in there.
Yeah, we caught a few.
Couple, but the
They
first
came
one
out
I
of
caught was-
nowhere.
Yeah, they were out of nowhere, but they were way up. If you go down Deer Creek,
They already passed it.
that's not Deer Creek, is it? Go down for you're too far up, I think.
How do we go?
That's the dam right there. Go
Okay.
down. There's zoom in now. You're getting close. There it is. And no, that's Glen Clove. Where the hell are you at? You're north. Keep going south. You're up.
I guess I went a little
There's the
far
dam.
north.
Yeah. There's Deer Creek along here. Zoom in further.
Yeah.
We caught them all the way further up there, around the bend, like right up around that bend up there, up here. All the way up there is where we caught those. That's the bridge. We didn't catch them past the bridge, but near that bridge.
Yeah, so it was on this
Dude,
side of the bridge.
stripers.
Right?
Yeah. Big stripers up there. Like, it
Yeah.
was wild.
That was crazy. A lot of those grasses on the flats have been planted by man. My neighbor worked at HCC and was involved in that.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that. I just know that the stripers like it. So do we catch big largemouth up there too in the flats. Catch them up in Deer Creek. I mean, we caught them up in Deer Creek. We caught the bass trifecta up there that day. We caught smallmouth, largemouth, and stripers. We were bassed out, man.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That's why I want to go back. It was fun. But it'd be cool to do something different this time.
See that canal, this cut right here? Show them that. That right there, that cut. Like, dude, this is the stuff I look for on a map. That cut I've caught right there on that pinch point, right here. Right on this pinch point, right. Show them right here where I'm pointing. Right there where it's tiny. It's deep right there, and it's shallow on each side. Dude, I smoke stripers there, throwing X-Wraps. Big stripers. It's a great spot.
Yeah, it looks sick. It looks sick over here too.
It is. That all funnels fish, man.
Because I bet that current's moving good.
It moves right there, and then it's shallow on each side, man. Like, you'll run your boat up on the ground right there on each side.
What about like these two?
Like, you can go, like, if you got a flats boat, you can go out through all that stuff. But it's just, dude, it's so thick on your boat. Like, you start feeling like you're
What the
on
grass
ice.
is?
Yeah, you start feeling like you're going through ice down here. You know, it's like, it feels like you're like getting like choked up. You're like, oh, I can't go any further.
Well, I've seen some of those guys on Instagram and stuff that are fishing the Susquehanna Flats and like the river that have those jet boats. Have you seen that? Like jet boat,
That's what you need, dude. That's what you need up there, dude. I was up there one time with my buddy, and we anchored up, and dude, the whole way up to Deer Creek, we're just smashing into rocks, and it's a metal boat, and I'm like, it was scaring the shit out of me. I'm like, dude. He's like, oh, it's normal. I'm like, this is what you deal with every time they come up here, you know?
Yeah, smashing into rocks.
Yeah, like hard. Like, we're like, he's like, hold on, the big boulder's coming. I'm like, what? It was wild,
crazy.
man.
That is wild. I guess it's like just heavy duty enough aluminum.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you need metal boats up there. Like, you have to have a metal boat. If you take a fiberglass boat up there,
you're gonna sink.
Like, if somebody sees you fiberglass boat above Twin Rocks, it's you either know because you've been there every day or you have never been there. You know what I mean? There's no in between.
I can only imagine. It makes me want to look up that video because the one I saw was like this dude was just whipping it, but it was not easy conditions to whip it in like anyone else would wreck.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole different ball game. Like, you see even me down here, like, you come across the flats down here on shallow water. It's not scary compared to that. Like, that's scary, dude, up there.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not as scary down here.
I mean, me and my buddy Mark to the south of there, we almost sank his boat on that. They call it St. Elizabeth Island or something like that, but it isn't an island. It's just a giant boulder in the middle of the Susquehanna River. And Mark and I happened to smash it and nearly sank his boat. He broke his finger nearly in half.
Wow.
But it was a right out of Lapidum. If you go straight out of Lapidum to the south, we smashed that rock there. It's our fault. We're dumb kids.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Dang it, I can't find that, but
it's all good. Yeah, let's get out of what's it called? Let's check out check out something else. Let's look at something else. Let's look at this our bay. Let's look at our bay.
Oh yeah, I can just zoom out, zoom in. Where at?
So I forgot to say earlier, like when we had those super low tides like a couple weeks ago. You remember that? Maybe not even a couple weeks ago, like a week ago. Dude, I've noticed like all the structure that's in the Chincoteague Bay that's like submerged, like back by my house, where we were reading from Public Landing, like all the old oyster houses and stuff. Dude, I feel like that's gotta hold fish, man. Like those pilings and stuff when the water's high. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we
You would
gotta
think.
check them out.
Oh, here it is. I found that clip too.
Thank God. Why you should show? Oh, that is that the Susquehanna?
Yeah, I think so. It's Susquehanna Smallmouth Guide. But it's a metal boat. That's an outboard. That's
That's
a
up
jet
in
engine outboard.
I think that's up in Pennsylvania, like
Oh,
above
it
the
could
dam.
be. Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. This is more an advertisement for that brand of boat. Oops. Like, there was another.
Yeah, but that's what you gotta have up there, man.
Like,
You
this
know?
one's like a regular
Show
style jet
them.
boat, but.
Show
Yeah, I
them
guess
to
I
you
can.
know. Hold it up to that. Yeah. Like that's what you need up there.
Yeah, jet boat. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we thought. I mean, that's
Me
definitely
going through all those rocks
that's
and
definitely
stuff.
what you need, though.
Yeah, yeah. 100%. That's the ultimate flats boat, and it's metal, so it's like indestructible.
See
For
that-
rock
how
flats.
wide the river is up there. It's definitely up by Harrisburg.
Yeah, it's
Super
huge.
wide. And like shallow. It's like it's deep after the dam. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
down by the dam, I mean.
There's a bridge of some kind.
That,
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure that's up by Harrisburg. Looks right.
Probably is.
It is. I'm pretty sure.
There's
Yeah, I
one
feel
more.
like it's Harrisburg. It looks
Think
just
you're
like
right.
Harrisburg.
That is a cool shot.
But there's great smallmouth fishing up there, but I don't know. It just only gets me out. It only keeps me excited for so long, you know. Before I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta come back to salt.
Yeah, I like the saltwater too.
I
myself.
just like the way it makes me feel, like my everything, you know, the whole vibe. You
Yep.
know, the never know what you're gonna catch. For you know, it's like anything can happen. Then this feeling of the salt on your skin, like the whole, you know, shebang, so to speak.
Yeah, when it's warm out, it's definitely a vibe.
Zoom in on the bay though. Back on Assateague, like where we explore, like show them that south, that cut to the south. Go down, like way down,
Oh,
like the one where we go all the way back through. I don't know if anyone's ever done this. There it is. Oh no, keep going. It's way down south. It's in Virginia. Is that? I think that maybe no. Yeah. Zoom out a little bit.
I think that's it right there.
No,
Right?
zoom
Yeah.
out a little bit. I don't think that's it. Oh, you could be right. Hold on, you're past it now. Sorry. Yeah, you could have been right. It's right back here somewhere.
This one.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. You're right, Taylor. Sorry, buddy.
I think.
That's right. You're right. That's it. We got see that's the turn right there where you're at. That's the turn
Yeah.
right here. See it?
Uh huh.
There's the house, the first house.
Uh huh.
Then we go along that shoreline there. Then you go around this backside here. You go all the way up through there. No, yeah, I'm sorry. That's our cut. That's
Yeah.
our cut. That cut there is like 13 feet. It's crazy.
And this, I think we hit this.
We
too.
smoke the fish on all those islands there where that cut dumps out. We smoke them. There's fish on all those islands. But I go all the way up through Chincoteague here, or Assateague here. It's pretty cool, like the whole way back way. I'll try to hit my boat on any known oysters left, you know.
Yeah, Zach said Phantom used to sell jet boats in Greenbackville. It's interesting.
I mean, I bet they'd
Good
be
old
pretty cool
Greenback,
back
though.
here. It's just I've learned
Yeah,
if
back
you
here probably would
if you
be.
trim your boat up and keep it going 40 on plane, you can pretty much go wherever you want down here. But you got to just trim it up.
But jet boats were always just like more wakeboard style or luxury
Yeah.
style. They never really. Now they have a couple Yamaha jet boat fishing boats, but they're kind of goofy.
I mean, but you see it now. My boat, man, that thing will go through like no water, man.
and I mean, there's flat boats that'll go through 6 inches of water.
It's similar to a
yeah,
flats
oh,
boat.
it
Like
is. It is.
it'll get like when it's.
It gets skinny for sure.
I would say when it's like not counting the depth of the boat, I would say if you get like anything, I would say like 9 inches to a foot, it'll go in. You know,
Oh, it
like you
definitely
get.
will.
I've pushed that boat out. It's usually like right below my knees when I gotta push it out, the water.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Exactly. It's got to be skinny if you're getting
Yeah,
stuck
really,
in that
really
thing.
skinny. Yeah. And I've gotten it stuck in front of a DNR agent on the Assateague with Taylor. It was hilarious.
Yeah. That
like
was
right in
funny.
front of us. He's like, "All right, I gotta check you now, man." He's like, "You literally just got your boat stuck right in front of me."
Yeah, he
And
was
I'm
like
like-
letting us go. He was just like
Yeah.
waved, was like have a good, like didn't even really say much. Just like how's it going? Kept going, and then we just get stuck. Have to get out, push the boat off. And he comes over. He's like, "I'm gonna offer you help, but I gotta check you now." Like,
Yeah.
but we were good. I mean, we pushed it right off. But and he pretty much just saw we had the fishing license to the side. Was like, "All right, you're good."
Yeah, I wasn't stressing it at all. I was like, "You can check me." I was like, "You put a
Yeah, I
rope
was
on
like,
my
we
boat
haven't
and
caught
pull me
anything
out?"
today,
Yeah.
unfortunately. We're just exploring. But
It was like really low tide. Remember?
yeah, and
Dude,
he
like
was on
that's I don't know. That's the one thing I will say about this bay. You just gotta you gotta know the water levels.
Well,
you
he
know?
was in that sick tunnel cat hauled like flat style
that
boat,
thing,
dude.
That thing is wild. Like that,
He could go through inches.
dude.
in
I bet
thing.
that thing will go through. You know, if it has water, if you have water and it's not the ground, it'll,
Yeah, you can
if you're
go.
on plane, it'll go through it. You know.
Yeah, and he was making tracks. He said for like some of the other guys, because it was nicer then. So I think it was for before.
Well,
hunting
no, it was a
season, right?
super low tide.
No, but it was before hunting season. I
Yeah,
think
but
he
it was a
making
super.
Tracks.
But I bet he went back there because it was a
Oh, a
low
low tide, too.
so
Yeah.
he made the tracks on the low tide. So if it,
during the deepest
you know,
spots.
so
yeah,
if it's low again, the next agent or whatever they call themselves,
could use the
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But it was a sick boat. Yo, bros, finger mullet, mullets.
finger mullet. That's Nick. That's Nick Clutterline. You know.
Yeah.
What
What's
up, Nicky?
He missed it. We were talking about the Susquehanna.
Dude, we were just talking about the Susky, dude. Joe got a big one up there the other day. A
Yeah,
nice
we're gonna come back up there real soon.
I feel like very soon, man.
Like
Like
next
it's gotta
week.
happen soon, or it's not gonna happen. You know, because like it's April closes up, and it's like it's not fun going up there because they just everybody's got it. There's 100 DNR cops to every one fisherman.
It was a Maryland DNR, wasn't it?
What?
Where we got stuck.
Oh yeah, we were in Maryland.
Dave
now.
just asked if it was Maryland or Virginia. It was Maryland
Yeah, it was Maryland. Yeah,
with the sick boat.
yeah, we were right above the Maryland line there.
First shad was caught last week. He said,
Who said that, Nick?
"Yeah,
Dude, freaking Joe. Tell him Joe got a. I mean, he Joe got a hammer, dude. A
Yeah.
freaking 40-pound stripe, 50-pound striper. Big,
Yeah.
big girl, big girl.
we
But-
would have hit those flats."
I don't know where he's just dialed. He lives right on the river. You know, like
Yeah,
a minute away. It's like him coming down here and being like, you know, he's gonna catch fish down here, and I'm gonna catch a fish up there, but he's gonna catch more fish up there than me. And, you know,
Right.
it's like it's his backyard.
yeah. The hogs are here. Me and Jeremy are about to send it on them this week. Dang, let's just go up there this week then.
Dude,
when are
I'm
you guys
down.
fishing?
When are
Yeah.
you guys going? I want
Let's
to come
go
up
up
and
there
go.
and fish with you
Like
guys.
this is the time right now to go up there and get them big stripers.
He said they're in the flats right now for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go get them,
yeah,
dude.
like that's what we need.
We
to do.
should. Or if we don't make it this week, we'll go next week because it's Thursday.
Dude, I mean,
yeah.
I'm down to go freaking tomorrow. What's going on?
Yeah, right.
I'll
Well,
go tonight.
actually,
Wait, when's live in? Let's leave. We'll leave tonight.
that might be a plan.
What's tomorrow? I mean, what's the weather look like tomorrow?
Good, real good.
Dude, honestly, I'm not opposed to doing that.
I mean, I was looking for down here wind wise, but
I
I mean,
the
high
wind-
of 50
dude,
degrees.
Dude, it ain't, the weather don't matter. If they're there now. It doesn't matter what it
59
does.
on Saturday.
They'll eat every day. The warmer days are better, but they'll still eat on those cooler days.
49 tomorrow, 59 Saturday, no wind tomorrow, down here at least.
Well, dude, that would be a.
No wind up there either. it looks
There's
like.
definitely never any wind up. If it's windy, if it's not windy here, it ain't windy there.
Yeah, Saturday's no wind either, so we could do that maybe. Go tomorrow and or Saturday.
I'm down.
He said you should, bro. We
I
might
mean,
be
dude,
hitting you up.
We're like talking about it for real right now.
The Susky's super muddy right now, but a buddy hit 5 yesterday in the flats. Oh yeah, we need to go tear him up there.
Who's got a boat, Nick?
Yeah, can we
Okay,
get
I'm,
out on a
I'm
boat?
gonna
or
go
are we
take
gonna hit him
Mark's
from one
minnow.
end?
I'm gonna take the minnow from Mark for real. He ain't gonna use it.
It would be sick. Well, we're definitely going to be coming up there very soon. If not the next couple days, next week for sure.
Dude, I think
But
we should try to go soon.
yeah, I mean,
Like, if
I'd
they're
probably
back-
be
if
down
they're-
for tomorrow.
If they're up there now, I mean,
I'd really be down to go tomorrow. You know me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean,
but
I really want to get. I'd really like to get up there before it closes. I don't. I'm gonna go. I would rather go. I would like to go catch those smallmouth. Yeah, they're fun. But dude, Taylor, you got to go up there in the river and catch a 50-pounder with me. That is nothing like you've ever experienced. It's not. It's
Oh, I
like they
bet.
pull like tuna fish, dude. Like
I bet.
like they're. You got to chase them down. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I bet. I mean, yeah. I can only imagine.
And that
Even on
current,
the
dude,
bridge,
like
you feel it a
immediately,
little
right
bit,
away, freaking head into the current, dude. They're
Yeah,
gone, man. Yeah, it's scream and drag off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he said they've been running a ton of water the past 2 weeks. It made the fish move in.
Yeah,
So,
makes sense. Gets
yeah.
high. Everything gets high up there. Like the water gets real high. You know what I mean?
Dang. Yeah, I want to go check it out. Nick, do you fish from land a lot, or are you fishing from a boat?
Dude,
Hey,
I
buddy.
so I Lapidum is the spot, dude, from land.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, you can't get to those flats where you're looking at from
No.
land, huh?
You don't really. There's no really rips to fish from land. The flats.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't fish the rip. There's not a rip to fish there, like there is on the river.
Smallmouth aren't hitting yet. I've been up there trying in Deer Creek for them where we went that last time. Yeah, well, that's kind of what we were waiting to hear, but I do want to. I want to get on the striper.
Dude, they're
That'd
so
be
fun, man.
I will go back
Like-
for the smallmouth, but
It's like fishing. It's like fishing in the bay, like shallow water. The
Yeah.
flats are shallow, dude. It's cool.
yeah, that'd be fun. For sure.
Yeah, Nick's got a smoked a bunch up there, dude.
Yeah. Was your buddy Nick on a boat or from land? I guess he had to have been on a boat.
Who,
then
Nick?
If he caught 5 on the flats, he said my buddy
Oh yeah,
in the past, or he said,
they're probably on a boat.
yeah, been up there. Oh no, wait, kayak and land. But yeah, we need a boat to take. We should steal the minnow.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
The
You
minnow's
heard
getting
Jeff,
stolen.
so-
Yeah, I mean, I heard he got a big. I'm gonna call him like 5 minutes before I get there and be like, "Hey, I'm taking the boat. I'll see you." He won't come. I mean, I'd love them to come, but he won't come.
either way, yeah, I'm down for whatever. I just want to catch some fish. It'll be fun. It'll be a blast, dude. We definitely should do that.
Yeah, dude, we're doing it. Once we get on this, dude, I'm gonna talk to you about it.
Yeah,
I'd like to go do it
we'll figure it out.
for show.
Yeah, kayak's probably fun too in those shallows.
Yeah. Mark nearly killed himself on the kayak up there though in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think he put his anchor down and like sucked the kayak underneath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That can happen. That's like
I
this
think
dude,
so. Nick can correct me if I'm wrong. I know he almost sank up in the river.
Well, this dude that we know, this dude Corey, he had a similar incident in the Ocean City Inlet. You know, he rips through there too.
Yeah,
and,
it's like that. Yeah.
He anchored up out by the tip, and it like literally was rolling so hard. And he was a certain, he's a big guy. Plus the kayak, it was only so stable, and eventually it just like you said, it sucked him right upside
Yeah,
down.
that's
And then
scary, man.
it flipped. He lost all his crap, and he had to swim over to the beach. Or he finally got. I think he cut the anchor line. And, like,
Yeah,
rescued
dude.
his
I was gonna
kayak.
say that. Like, always make sure when you're out there
Have a
anchored up
knife.
in current, have a knife.
Yeah, sharp knife for sure. But anything else you guys have questions about or want to talk about?
We're just kind of yakking now.
Yeah, Nick came in there at the end, but we're going to be hitting you up. We're going to be coming up there.
Doesn't add up. Where's Sailor Jerry?
I'll play another clip of this.
I love Sailor Jerry.
Go check out the new video on the YouTube.
Sailor Jerry's so funny. If anybody knows him, that's me geeking out. I do it quite often with these fish.
Yeah, Nick said out by Pools Island during cold water, Mark flipped Jenkins say, out by Pools Island during cold water, Mark flipped Jenkins saved him. They had to make a fire on the island to get rescued by Coast Guard. Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Jenkins saved him?
Dude, Mark's almost sank so many times. Like, I've almost sank with him. He flipped his kayak and almost died twice. And
I think that river's just
I feel like
dangerous.
he's sank a couple boats. Or like almost.
In the river?
Yeah.
Oh, in the Susquehanna?
Or like on the Chesapeake, yeah.
Dang.
Just keeps coming out on top.
Yeah, well, it's good for him, but I just like knock on wood. I've never really had any
He's
sinking
super
boat
safe, man.
experiences.
Like he buys all the safety equipment. Like he's got inflatable, PFD on. He's got like that cold water gear that's like, you're supposed
Yeah.
to be wearing when you're on kayaks in the cold.
Well, I would too if I had sunk 3 boats.
And dude, the Susquehanna, man, it's just I
And
don't
that's
know.
serious
It's
water up
scary.
there.
Yeah, like, I
That
don't
is
know.
serious. I mean,
It's
just the
still
inlet.
scary. Like the
inlet
Ocean
gets
City
sketchy.
inlet's super scary.
Yeah, I was gonna say that gets sketchy,
Yeah.
especially like I've had times where I'm in like the 18-foot or 17-foot duck boat with a hand tiller,
Yeah.
like out by the tip, and I'm like, oh shit, like this little hand tiller can
That's
barely
like on
fight
an
against the
on
current.
a strong
you know?
outgoing tide. Like that's the current of the Susquehanna. Except the
Yeah.
scary part about the Ocean City Inlet is it leads to the freaking ocean. You just get sucked out to sea.
Oh yeah, in a kayak, yeah. I mean,
Susquehanna's
hopefully you
scary
pack
too.
the
Though. You get
lunch.
under like those boulders, like it'll still suck you under those boulders and shit.
well, yeah. I mean,
I'm
Susquehanna's
sure there's
gonna
bodies
get you.
in there that have never even been found. Like
Maybe,
sucked
yeah.
underneath those boulders and shit. Oh, dude, I'm
So depending where you're at, would it dump you into the Chesapeake if you were just like stranded going downriver in a kayak?
the Susquehanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you were on that side of the dam, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. It'll take you all the way down.
It's
Flats.
put
yeah.
you out on those flats. But how else do you stay still if you don't use an anchor?
You drift.
Yeah, you just drift.
That's how you catch those stripers.
In a
You
kayak.
don't anchor for them.
Yeah, well,
unless
I
you're
wouldn't.
bait fishing.
I
Some of
wouldn't
those
wanna
guys up there
anchor.
bait fish, but
That's
they
just a fast
they catch
drift.
them 5-1 because if you got fresh bunker, like if we brought fresh bunker from down here and took it up there, we could 5 times our money.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not even kidding you, dude.
That would be funny. Get
Like
a
I
cast
remember
net
every
and go
year,
get,
like up at the shops up there on the Susquehanna, they'd be like, we'd come in the shop, they'd be like, fresh bunker yet? No fresh bunker yet. And then like as soon as the fresh bunker, dude, they like had signs out like fresh bunker. They were selling the shit out of fresh bunker, dude. Like it was like it's crack up there
Dang.
this time of year. Fresh bunker, dude.
So we could go get a cast net and go find a pod out there. and-
Yeah, because the
like
bay is
cash in.
loaded with bunker right now. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I was marking them on the side scan the other day. Clouds of them to the left and the right.
They're in the ocean too, for sure.
for sure. I mean, dude, show them that video you took or that your buddy got.
You said you only kayak Susky when they are running only 3 or 4 small units at the dam tops. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why
See,
he
they
stopped.
know.
And he
See,
said that's why
they
he
know.
stopped kayaking. No, it's just, what's his name still? Nick.
I'm saying he
Anymore
knows.
than that,
Like,
the current is too sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking, though. I forgot the last time we were there, it was full blown open. So I was like, that's why I said that's a fast drift. I was like thinking in my head, but it's a lot slower current when it's less dams open.
Oh, and not only
Less
that,
doors
dude.
open.
Like when you get down towards like we're up in the boulders and the rocks there.
Yeah.
Like once you get out to where it's like deeper
It's a
and
little more mellow.
like a flatter bottom, it's way
Yeah.
more
That's where
mellow.
you guys were kayak fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I would go out on a kayak on the flats, no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, any more than that, the current's too sketchy.
Yeah.
I agree, because that's what I was saying. It's current gets sketchy
Dude, it's
quick
like
in a
right
kayak.
up by that island by 95. It's 90, 100 feet.
Oh yeah,
It's,
wow.
it's insanely deep. I mean, that current, it's insanely strong current too.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat up there.
Yeah, I mean when they open those gates up, dude, they put the sirens, and if you're not out of the way, dude, like those banks that water gets high fast. Like it's scary, dude.
He said I have a hotline I call that every
Yeah,
time I fish, it really
that's me
changes
too.
the holes and where to fish depending what they run.
That's what I used to do when I used to fish Lapidum. Like you used to wait. It wasn't the tide so much. It was like when are they gonna run the water?
Yeah.
When they run the water is when you want to go.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Because it'll call the
It's like
hotline. It'll be
man-made
like,
tide.
yeah, but it is. Yeah, it's like they're running 20 gates and it owed 50 hours. We're running 100 gates or whatever they say, and that's
Yeah.
when you want to be there when they say they're running more gates.
Huh. I wonder who else uses that information. like,
Everyone up
besides
there.
Fishermen.
Oh, I don't know.
Like
I don't know. That's a good question.
someone must. I doubt they do it just for fishermen. Maybe if fishing's
I
that
guess.
big,
I guess for like other enthusiasts that or people that
gauging
hang,
the water.
Yeah, I mean,
or-
there's a ton of bird people up there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
yeah,
But
bird
probably
people.
like just people that do shit along the river, you
the
know.
Audubon Society.
Dude, I mean, there's nothing to go up there and see 100 people with cameras.
yeah, like lined up.
Yeah,
oh,
dude,
I know. I
like-
bet. I know. He said once the siren's two on, it's 15 minutes till the gates open, and yeah, you better watch out if they open a lot.
That's wild. Yeah, like it happens so fast. Like before your eyes, you can watch the river just fill up. A giant river fill up. It's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, I remember I was mind blown just when we drove over, seeing them all open, like when it was gushing out. Of there, like full speed.
You went up at a good time. Like there was a lot of rain.
I mean, yeah, and it was
Like we got the good mud line, like on the river, where it was like real muddy on the river. Then you get into the creek, and like you just sit on. Everyone just fishes that mud line.
Clear.
You know, you have all those shad fishermen fishing the mud line right there.
Uh-huh.
People just getting spooled by stripers randomly while they're shad fishing. Seriously, like we were watching it. People would hook giant stripers, shad fishing.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, you're running tiny little darts and they're crushing them. Big stripers crushing them. You know.
Yeah, it was funny. It was interesting. There's a ton of bird people. It's insane. That's what Dave said.
There is the most bird people I've ever seen out of anywhere.
I mean, we get them down here too sometimes, but not like up there. Probably.
No, dude, that's the capital. I've never seen more birders, and I don't know, like.
Do they have a lot of species of birds up there? I guess.
Yeah, they
must.
Like, and they have those. I mean, dude,
the ducks fly.
The duck hunting's phenomenal, but then they got the eagles. There's tons and tons and tons of eagles, and they breed in like nests right there, and they do all kinds. They catch they film them catching fish and stuff there at the dam. You know,
that is pretty badass. Pretty American of them.
Yeah,
He is one of the best fisheries in Maryland. Caught some big fish there, big stripers, huge smallmouth, massive flathead catfish. Yeah, it does seem pretty cool.
Susquehanna is definitely, I mean, that's what hooked me.
That was Mikey.
Hooked me on the ocean, like in tuna, was like that river. Like it's so cool knowing those stripers. Those stripers are like up in Massachusetts and Canada in the summertime, and then they come all the way up that freaking river, dude.
I know, it is crazy that they travel far, dude.
And they all the way, dude. They go all the way up Deer Creek, you know what I mean? They all the way up the Octorara, all the way up those little rivers off the Susquehanna.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, I mean, there's certain times of year where those Susquehanna flats are barren, right?
No, there's fish on them all year.
Yeah, year round.
Oh yeah.
So it just.
I would say maybe like when it freezes up, that's it.
But it definitely has a peak, right?
Yeah,
Like the spawn.
Yeah. You could ask Nick like when the smallmouth peak is, but the striper peak's like right now.
Yeah, I meant the striper. I'm just strictly thinking striper.
Striper,
because there's got to be a resident population, I'm sure, of some kind. Like
in the bay, Chesapeake Bay, there is, but I think the flats, some of those flats will almost freeze the fuck over. You know, like
I bet
completely.
Yeah. But I was thinking more of like in the summer, like what are those in the summers when they're supposed to be in Massachusetts,
there's
not on the flats.
giant resident stripers up there in the summer.
Oh, I bet.
Like 35, like there's nothing like that creek I showed, like that cut I showed you through like those grass patches. I've been up there with Nick, dude, throwing X-Wraps in that deep like cut, just smoking 30, 35 inches all day.
That's
like,
awesome.
As many as you wanted.
In the summer?
In the summer. The heat of the summer.
He said, I don't even fish directly at the dam much anymore because of the bird people and the long line carp fishermen.
Yep. Dude, he's right. There's like, it's between the carp fishermen.
Is that what they're doing, carp fishing? I thought they were catfishing.
Catfishing, carp fishermen, yeah. Both.
Yeah.
Between them and the bird people, you can't get up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. But I've been up there before where like, right in front of like the DNR, it's so funny. Like there's like, in the fall, Nick knows there's like hundreds of Mexicans, and I'm not being racist. They just happen to love eating fish, you know. And there's hundreds of Mexicans up there, and the DNR just stands there. He's my friend. He's my friend Steve at the time, and he would just be like, the Mexican would keep his striper or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but say Carlos. Carlos was taking the bass, and he was right in front of the DNR after he caught his legal one, the keeper. He was putting another one on the stringer right in front of the DNR. Just goes, "Yo, Carlos, what are you doing, buddy?" He's like, "You just kept your legal fish, and you just put another one on a stringer right in front of me." He's like, "No habla inglés." He's like, "Give me your fish," you know.
That's crazy.
The dude, one after the next, man. I just watched him all night. It was as entertaining watching it as it was fishing. Just watching Steve be like, "Hey, dude, I'm here." You know, like they don't care. They don't even care. They just keep catching them. You know.
Exactly. He said, "Good luck if you guys do go up this weekend."
Thanks, man. I appreciate
We'll
it.
film if we do.
Yeah,
or
we're gonna-
we'll get some clips and be posting for you
The
guys.
only
when
the
we
only
go
reason
up.
I wouldn't is if for some reason I get on a super bass frenzy here between
Yeah.
now and then. But like I said, it's been like, I mean, I know people are getting them good up to 90 bridge at night, but like I don't
Yeah.
know, like I just don't like fishing the same piece of real estate as, you know, I don't know. It's just something weird about that. I'd rather go out on the natural marsh like the sod. I like it better. I don't know. Just me. Just doesn't do it for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I would go up there and fish in a heartbeat, but
Yeah, I
to go
do
out of my
too.
way
And there's
right now.
if I was gonna go up there, I'd probably fish the marsh anyways, not the actual bridge. Or I have a feeling they were catching them.
Like, where could we go?
Like
from
over
land?
here and over here. From land, I go back here. Like I park right here. Well, I probably shouldn't be telling everybody this, but
You're not
whatever.
allowed to park there. Don't you just say that? Just say
Yeah,
that.
you're not
allowed to park there.
But anyways, it doesn't matter if you can find a way to do it. I go back here.
I mean,
to
you
this little
could park at
beach.
the park and ride and walk if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean you could park along the side of 90. Good luck, but yeah, that little beach is a sick spot, and it's like shallow enough you
I
can
would go
wade
up on
out,
that little
wade
point.
out.
See that point?
This?
No, to the right.
Oh yeah, I've walked down there to
Yeah, I
this
would get
too,
out on that hard sod there.
and like even down here to this one. But
Yeah.
but you can wait. Like I've waded from down here and like this far out, all the way down to here, and you can touch. It's like chest deep, but you can touch my weight.
Really?
You know, my feet didn't get wet. I had my chest waders on, and then you can come down here too. It's shallow, like up on this end of the bridge, so you can go under the
I've
span
never
over
really
to this
fished
side.
on that side of the bridge.
Oh, dude, I've caught them here, like all over here. This is, dude. This time last year, me and Jamie were getting like double-digit nights on the kayaks, all on this span,
Really?
launching right here at this little marina right here, and we would just go. You just poke right out over here, and you're there.
Yeah.
And or actually, it's even closer. Oops, hold on. Where's? Oh yeah, it's right there. So there's the boat ramp, and we come out here. Oops.
I've actually burned up stripers coming in
And
that
this-
marina right there.
yeah.
Right there.
We have two. We
like
in the
fall.
marina we caught them,
Yeah,
but
me too.
fall and
in
spring.
The fall, dude. Well, I've
like
seen
right
them-
now.
Well, I've seen them in the fall,
Right
like just
here,
crushing
out
bunker
here.
top water right there.
Even off these points of these marinas and docks. But recently, Jamie and one of his buddies caught a keeper up in this marsh. Actually, I think it was this one right here. Oops, not that. Crap, not that one, but this one.
Yeah, I believe it. That's a sick spot.
And then there's also another one. I don't want to. Oops,
I like those
Give away
marshes
too
with like
much
those
juice.
hard edges like that, you know.
but these are good. These are good.
Defined,
Like,
I should say.
this little spot right here is good.
Yeah, look at the defined edges on those marshes. That's my favorite. These edges.
That's the hole in the
see
wall.
that? How it's like a peninsula right there. This one. Point to that. Like,
Yep.
dude, those peninsula.
That's
like,
the hole in
points,
the wall right there.
Dude, those are such sick points, man. I don't know why they're so great, but
A lot of people catch flounder here. Like the first flounder of the year is usually, well, it's a little further. Like right here, the thoroughfare, this drift right here is usually where the first flounder of the year is caught. But yeah, I think that's that spot, the hole in the wall right there where that gap is in the marsh. And there's a little island here, or maybe it's that gap, one of these.
that's cool though.
But yeah, that's a good spot. And then over here too, with this horse island, you can catch them over around here sometimes. And then on this side too, I never really
That's-
poked too far up in there, but I've caught them down over here.
That's where I've caught them on the right there on that marsh.
And
there.
then this is called Drum Point for a reason, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm
there-
sure
dude,
Red Drum were there at some point.
there's a picture of a guy holding. I used to have that fish track app. It's a picture of a guy holding 5 redfish right here, slots. Right
Yeah.
here. Like right in here, dude.
I believe it.
100% right there. That same. You can see the hole. See the hole there? It's like deep there.
Yeah.
Deeper. That greener water.
Right here too.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was talking about. That hole right there.
Yeah. And I've been back up in here to this bridge before, but I didn't catch anything when I went. But I've only done it once.
Zoom in on that. No, yeah.
This is you have to go, back around the.
I
other-
know where I'm at.
Yeah.
It looks deeper along the St. Martin's Neck Road there.
Oh, wow.
That side.
See Good said seeing some guys out of Delaware going for bluefin tuna the next few days. Interesting.
Really? Cool,
We'll
man.
have to look at the rip charts.
Good
but
luck. Tell them good luck. I mean, I'm sure
They're
going to
be going out pretty far.
Yeah. I think this time of year, man, they use the deep water to migrate. That's my only thing. I don't think they come up. Like, I think in the fall, they come down the inside because the whole water column's heated in the fall. You got to think about it like that.
And thanks, Nick. He said he's gonna scope lap at him and he'll let us know when to send
Yeah,
it.
but
And then Stephen Phil said the snakeheads are where it's at now, below the dam. I lived in Conowingo for 30 years. And then he said, yeah, there are a ton of snakehead that
Yeah,
stack
there
at the
are.
dam too. I haven't seen them yet, but in summer you just see them chilling up by the fish ladder at the dam. I'm
Yeah,
not really sure when the snake bites start.
we've
They
caught
like
them up.
warm water, I know, for
We've
at
caught
least
them
down
up in
here.
Deer Creek. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, you catch them anywhere down there now.
Yeah, those snakeheads, they
It never used to be
reproduce rapidly. But yeah, there's all kind of like Hemphel's Dock is over here too, right there. There's all kind of good trout and striper spots back up in here, but I don't know why. I'm like discouraged to explore it because I'm just like, it would be the same to me as Newport or down here in Chicoutimi Bay, but that doesn't mean there's not fish there.
like that. It looks awesome up
just have
here.
never
This,
had it.
this point,
I
keep
know.
going up.
It all looks
If you
great.
keep going up this river,
And I have-
that point looks badass.
Yeah, it does get a little shallow, but not shallow like you're gonna run aground. It's just like our bay back here. It's like 3
Yeah.
to 4 feet with a few deep holes that might be 5 or 6. Oh shit. That's Piney Island Bishop
Well,
Hill.
it's actually kind of been edited by humans, so
Yeah, it has. It's all dredged for these docks and stuff, but so there's some depth enough. I used to wakeboard back here when I was younger, and there was never really fish, but that's how Newport Bay was also. And now look how good a fishery Newport is. So
Yeah.
I would imagine there is fish back. Actually, I've been told by a couple buddies that there is fish
dude.
back
There's
up
fish
in here.
everywhere.
Just
Fish-
depends on the time of
They're
year.
not discriminating as long as they got what they need.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we'll see.
But I think there's like highly migratory fish. Like, they're not going to get up in our bays just because of like the tides. But I think
Huge walleye at the dam in October. The shad run was always fun too.
yeah, walleye are fun, man. I love catching walleye.
And this is why Susky is amazing. Tons of fish to choose from. The Susky Slammer when you get a walleye, striper, and smallmouth the same day. That's what Nick said.
Walleye.
Yeah, we hit the
striper.
bass trifecta
gotten
last time.
Walleye striper. I don't know. I may have gotten a trifecta up there.
The Susky Slam.
The Susky.
No,
Slam.
I have to admit that was like one fishery I didn't know much about that I was kind of blown away. Just that, and we did it pretty good, but it was like an impromptu 1-day mission,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that we did it.
Well, dude,
At
it's
least all catch
super-
fish.
It's super important there to like, I don't know. You gotta keep your.
Time it.
Well, like no, I mean like keeping your lure when you're fishing back those rivers the way we fish. Like you gotta
Oh,
keep
yeah.
your lure. It's super tight
Yeah.
because if you're not keeping it tight, you're gonna get snagged on everything.
Yeah, thank goodness. Like I'm used to that style of fishing from the inlet
Bridge,
again, just
yeah.
because it's snaggy
Uh-huh.
bottom. Oh, bridge too, yeah. But snaggy bottom and heavy current. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
uh-huh.
it's the same way. You gotta just find a way to ride the bottom, but not get stuck.
Right.
Like, but yeah, I like that kind of
Me
fishing.
too.
That's why I was sick.
It's fun up there. Light. I like taking the spoon. The spoon. She loves it. The spoon loves it up there. It's her. It's her
Yeah.
grounds.
Oh yeah, brother. There may be some sliding up on the warmer lumps, depending bait. Plenty of doggies. That's what Gladden was saying about the bluefin bite. I think.
Could be. I think more so down by
Could
us,
be. Let's
Dave.
look at rip charts.
I think they pop up
If you
to the south.
uh,
If I had to guess first, but I mean I don't know, dude. They could be. I think it's a little early. I don't see anything that's like telling me that they're moving. They're still
keep
crushing
telling
them in the Outer Banks. You know,
yeah, they are.
I don't think
That's the
those
only
fish-
reason.
like
I'd
the
be a
main
little
biomass of
discouraged.
fish definitely hasn't left yet, for sure.
Hasn't left Outer Banks.
No,
Right. But I mean, I'd be curious, like, to take a ride and go see what
dude.
happens.
The old salty captains always told me that the spring bluefin ride the 500 fathom curve up the line. That's what they always told me. I don't know if that's true,
yeah, that's kind of what I've heard too.
but then they come down the coast in the fall. It's like a big loop, you know. They use a loop. It's like a loop current. It's like a big loop current they use.
Well, let's take a look here.
The water's
Let's
probably
see.
close to 50 out by the jack, like in the 20 fathoms.
It's got to load up here. No.
Well, click on the temperature. What's the temperature on like that water you just set?
47.8.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna leave that water yet. You know.
Me either. Oops. I mean, this water down here is 53. That's where they are.
Yeah,
Right.
and then they can get right in that warm water.
Or you have 58 in this warm water, 62, 63.
You go out to the Gulf Stream a little bit further out. It's probably 70.
Yeah, 72, 67. That eddy's looking like it might form into something nice.
It's in my video, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
what I said was gonna form. I'm pretty right there.
This one too. Or that might be. I don't know if that's cloud or if that's something
No,
that already broke
That's
off.
definitely a piece of water. That right
Yeah.
there. Something going on.
Looks juicy, but that's far. That's outside the canyons, right?
Yeah,
Where's
that's
my
way out.
path?
That's,
the tree.
that's past 1,000 fathoms.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty far out there.
There, yeah.
Yeah. Here, hold on.
You're out there in the basin, the Atlantic
going on?
Basin.
Oh, there we go. I'm doing the wrong thing.
But yeah, I think it's a little too early, in my opinion. But you know what? Like
Maybe if you went down to the Norfolk or something.
dude, I mean, you can't catch fish.
You
from
could
the
get
couch,
one in the
dude.
Norfolk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to catch anything when you're just talking about it. So, I mean, good for them to go
you
look.
guys fish the battle for the buckle.
We're going to try. I'm going to try to.
He's been on
I'd
them
like
for
to.
like 2 weeks or so. Game on out of Milford, Delaware.
What up?
He said he's been on them for 2 weeks or so.
Who
Game
has?
on out of Milford, Delaware, where I saw it. Are you sure he's not in the Outer Banks?
Yeah, dude, I would have heard about that. That's
Yeah, I
definitely
didn't
not
hear any
happening
fish
around here.
caught
I
out of
promise you that.
Delaware.
No way in hell.
Do you guys fish battle for the buckle? We said we're going to try to. I would say 2 weeks might be worth a try based off the blackbirds. They left 2 weeks after the fish. They are around now.
What's that?
I don't know. That's what Dave said.
What does he say?
He
About what?
said based off in 2 weeks might be worth a try based off the blackbirds.
What the fuck's he talking
They
about?
left 2 weeks after the fish. They are around now.
I mean, I don't know about that, Dave.
Nick said, "Yo, bros, I'm wanted." All right, he's just saying peace out.
See you,
Yeah,
buddy.
we'll talk to
See
you tomorrow,
Nicholas.
Nick. Let us know about those fish. We're gonna come get on them. What do you guys do midsummer for finding tuna? We got a brand new video out for you, partner.
What does he say?
No, he said, "What do we do in midsummer for finding tuna?" But
Finding
we really
tuna?
do have a couple videos about that.
I mean, usually midsummer they're where they're gonna be. So
Where we're looking at this.
if you don't have, you don't even heard about a bite with tuna about till midsummer. I mean, the tuna probably aren't around thick. You know, I mean, usually they're on a lump or they're in a canyon underneath the whales by mid August. Like August, they're pretty settled into their structure, like where they want to be, the area, the water they want to be in.
Yeah, but like this past summer when it was tough, we were using rip charts. We were using our,
But
the
there was no
structure,
tuna
your
around, is
fishing
what I'm
log.
saying. Like we
Yeah.
could use any data you want, but if there's no fish around, you're not going to catch them. And
Right.
what I'm saying is, from my past experience, I've usually heard through the grapevine, if you're any sort of fisherman or have any sort of social media, you will hear about a bite. You know, if there's a bite at the hot dog, dude, people are here. You're hearing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
you
Like
are.
midsummer, usually we're catching fish on the hot dog in the Washington Canyon underneath the whales. Very much so structure oriented game come midsummer. It's not so much follow the water. What's the water temperature? Doesn't really matter. Fish don't care about it then because it's warm everywhere. They want to be where the bait is. So, the bait usually settles in on structure and hangs on structure for whatever reason. It's unknown to me because the water will go past them and the bait will hang. But the fish will hang with that bait. They won't move once the water's warm. So I think, midsummer is a structure game. It's an intel structure game. It's not having a good network's way more important than having a rip charts mid-August, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't see anything about the bluefin.
There's not a bluefin getting caught.
Oh, he said, yeah, good call. Boat's got to be an NC. Oh, okay. I think he was following the boats page. Game on. I think Game on is in Outer Banks.
That makes a lot more sense. I mean,
Yeah.
they're smoking them in the Outer Banks, but
It'd be really tough to beat. I mean, it's not impossible, but
There's no tuna.
we would hear of
There's
it if
not,
it did happen.
There's not any tunas.
What would be
If there
impossible is
are-
for it to happen and us not hear about it.
It's March.
like
I
you
mean,
just
it's
said.
still early. You know, like you got to remember, like these fish, it's more. I think at this point, like a time of day, like the length of day type of deal. Like where the daylight's getting longer, these fish feel the urge to migrate. In my opinion.
He said this year was brutal for them, which I agree it was. Good to hear. So the eyeballs usually stay in the same canyon all summer. Awesome. You
Not-
definitely just confirmed my suspicion.
Not they don't always, but
Like last
every season's different. But for the most part, yes. When the fish get settled into a canyon, the Hudson, they're gonna hang at the Hudson until December. Fish get settled into the Washington, they're gonna hang at the Washington till December. They don't care about the color of the water, the temperature of the water till it gets too cold for them. Just like the bluefin in the fall, they don't care about the color, the temperature till it gets too cold for them. Now, what I will say, fish do love riding currents and using currents to their advantage, and it doesn't matter the time of year or the conditions. Fish are always going to use currents and tide to their advantage. So that's a different aspect.
Yeah. And last year seemed like the Wilmington was the hot spot for the Big Apple.
Yeah, that's Wilmington and the Hudson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the years past, we've had summers where it's not. You don't even look at maps. You just go right to the Washington Canyon. That's where
Right.
the bite. It's where the whales are. It's where the life is. You go to the life, fish the life, and that's where it happened to be. I mean that, in my opinion, the reason why it happens like that, it's just the way the structure is outside the Washington. It pulls water. The structure, the way it is relieved, the bottom is relieved. It pulls water into the canyon. Like creates an upwelling. So that's why I think it's such a sweet canyon. That's why I think all those whales sit there all the time, because that water just upwells over the 100 line.
Even right now, it's like, look, isn't that the Washington right there? Where
Point
that
to it
gap
with your
is?
thing, where it's blue. It's where it's cold is where
Look,
the Washington is.
yeah,
there.
right here.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't know that, but I just guessed, and sure enough, there's the Washington. And what's this little notch again? Or is that something?
That's just the
Is that
canyon.
Tom's Mountain?
No, that's that.
Oh,
structure.
no, I see. That's the blue overlay I was seeing.
But that is that's a canyon right there, like a little
But yeah, it is
canyon.
yeah. But it's cool. You can see how that even
Follows
what
it.
you're saying.
Yeah,
it's
follows that. Yes.
only over the Washington. I mean, there's
No,
one
dude, it
here,
follows
but-
it. But I'm saying that cold water. There's a cold piece of water right there sitting on that bottom. See it?
Yep. Yeah.
That's why it's so sick there, man. It just like holds water, like circulates it and holds it.
The other ones aren't as exaggerated at all.
No, but you can still see how the water follows it up in the canyons, like the
Yeah.
cold water off the 100 line.
Pretty cool. And you guys can definitely use these tools to your advantage. All right, well, we should probably get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah,
We've been on here a while. But thanks for joining,
Yeah,
guys.
dude. Thank you,
Fun
guys.
talking with
As
everybody.
always, thank you guys so much. Appreciate
We'll be
it.
back on
Check out
again
the new
soon.
video. Please check
Yes.
it out. Drop a comment. Tell us what you think. I'm trying to teach you guys something. I'm learning so much as I go through all this stuff. Like I never in a million years thought like as I'd be doing these videos I'd be learning as much as I have, but I've learned a ton about like I guess I'm answering like why things are happening. Like I've always kind of understood like, oh, water, wind affects things, the atmosphere, whatever. But I didn't put it all together and understand why it's affecting it.
Yeah, and Steve said that's Bob's Canyon, that one south of Washington, or locals refer to it as Bob's. That's a funny name. We have to take
Really?
that one, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bob's Canyon. But and then Andrew Knight said Washington on the 800, my favorite spot. A lot of people like the 800. No
Yeah.
problem.
It's such a
Andrew,
sick, so
thanks
good
for
a
watching.
structure, man. Like
It is.
it's really good structure down there.
And we'll call that Bob's now, because I remember we had a day we fished just south of the Washington, then we trolled down the 100 line south that one day.
I do that all the
And
time.
I think we
yeah.
caught, I think we caught too. But
there's not a
I'm
lot
just
of
gonna
boats.
remember and
I
call
love
that
it
Bob's
'cause
Canyon.
there's not a lot of boats. You know, so you get down past the Washington, there's not a lot of boats. It's just all you get the 100 line to yourself basically. You know, just troll down it. Nobody's in your way. You don't have to worry about hitting anybody.
Yeah, that was fun on a couple of those nice days. I mean, it's always fun, but there were some beautiful days in the summer. Like I don't know.
We
After
just need a good
Bluefin,
fishing season, man. Like,
yeah, well, that too.
God damn, like
But
for
after
him and I
Bluefin-
doing this together for the first summer, it was really hard fishing, man. Like,
Yeah, that was. It
and
was pretty
we
brutal.
made the best of it, but it was still like there's seasons where, you know, the 2023, Brendan and I had freaking 60, 80, 100, maybe even 100 tuna by the end of June. You know, I'm not
Right.
even kidding you. Like,
Yeah, right.
it was that good of fishing. Like,
Well,
it
hopefully
was
this
every
year
trip
we're
was
for a
double
good one.
digits. Oh, June, every trip we went out, we caught over 10 tunas. You know, it was just that good. It was a lot better. This year sucked. There was a lot of south winds. We got no like opposing, you know, winds to make currents or like make
Yeah.
eddies.
Hopefully this year's gonna be a lot better. But I was just saying, after bluefin season, it's like I almost forget what it feels like to be out there
In the
in
water.
the summer, like in the heat and like 80 degrees, like trolling with your t-shirt on or like shirt
It's gonna
off.
make you
like,
appreciate it. You know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean?
it does.
Like,
It did last year too, because we bluefin fished the winter
that
before
bluefin
too. But
fishing, I mean, it's cold. Like it's to me,
Yeah.
I like that blue water summertime fishing way more.
yeah,
And the thing is, like we've got
Well,
a
it
lot of times in
reminds you-
June, the last couple Junes, we've all.
it was chilly.
I got hit. No, I got hit the one day with the bluefins, but usually people get hit all year with giants.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
giants
yeah.
are cruising through, and the more prevalent their population has been getting, it's not unheard of. Everybody, like every year now, you're hearing over 10, 15, 20, 30 people, you know, hooking, landing, releasing giants out of Ocean City.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
or even at
summertime.
the tuna tournament, people were weighing in bluefins.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not like I'm talking about giants. Like people
Oh,
are
oh.
releasing 400, 500, 600 pounders out of Ocean City in June, July, August. I mean, the
Wow.
one day, what's his name? Anthony Pino on the Blood Money. They were out there and like it was over 1,000 fathoms. And dude, they just came across the mother load of giant bluefins.
wow.
And dude, they had video of it. They had giant like marlin plugs out. They were just coming up. They took the hooks off of them.
Oh,
And videoed
wow.
it. These bluefins were just coming up and crushing these plugs and shit. I mean, they hooked them too, obviously, but they were
Yeah,
just
that's
watching them
crazy.
explode on their spread. It was so
Jeez.
sick.
That's crazy.
1,000 pounders, like 800 pound, gigantic bluefins, gigantic. And like, what were they doing out there? They're just cruising the Gulf Stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's all kind of stuff out there cruising. in
That's
the
why I
Gulf
love the
Stream.
blue water fishing. You just don't ever know. You
Yeah.
don't ever know. You
But-
could be getting jumped by an 800-pound blue marlin or an 800-pound bluefin. You don't ever know. You know.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button.
See you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.